Hi everyone, right now it's 11:56 p.m. on the 8th of December 2025. I'm back in Singapore. I'm so sorry I wasn't able to give you an update on the 5th of December, which is last Friday, because I was not in Singapore. And so this is my weight loss journey. I literally just check it. I kid you not, I swear, I sumpah touch my heart, swear. This is actual numbers. So last week I was 95.5 kg. Today, right now, I'm 94.5 kg. Yeah. Yeah, have to have a lot of restraint not to eat. So I'm going to not eat, and also I'm going to eat little. I'm still going to eat. It's very important to have something in your stomach, at least something in your stomach, and also drink a lot and also exercise a lot. Yeah, and also let's do a quick recap of what happened. Yeah. Wait a while. Well, I'm just scrolling down. I'm gonna tell you my trip in Australia, Sydney. It was incredible. Family trip, awesome. I noticed that my parents, they can behave a bit, how to say, kampong like, very uncultured, lack of manners, and yeah, I'm so sorry. Well, everything worked out well ultimately, so I'm glad. Uh, yeah, it was a fun trip. What I've learned from this Australia trip is I should really get some money. I should genuinely, honestly get some money. The food there is expensive. They earned a lot. From what I heard from the McDonald's there, right, the staff there is they earned $25 per hour. But that's the thing, the food there costs a lot of money. One simple plate of fried rice is like two portion worth. The cheapest fried rice is like two portions worth of people, and it's like $22 Australian money. Granted, it's like 21 in SGD, but you get the point. Um, it is. Think about, okay. You know what's $20? $20 for fried rice. That is still a lot. That's still way too a lot. The only thing that is cheap that I notice is milk and beef. So anything that do with cows and bulls is going to be cheap. Yeah. Um, the rest is I've asked the locals, and from what they told me is slowly and steadily over the past 30 to 40 years, um, Australia, Sydney, the place I went to, have slowly become a place that um, only the rich people are able to stay in there over the past 30 or 40 years. So it's a slow thing. I don't know what's going to happen. The thing there is expensive. For example, the gas station, right? $20 for two meat pies. I literally just checked in Singapore, meat pies, two of them cost $6. So heck, maybe even $7, but still that's like one third of the price here. Gosh, it's unbelievable. And well, yeah, the rental there, from what I know, from what they say, is expensive. It's genuinely expensive. In Sydney, the driver, the taxi driver for us, the Uber Grab driver, okay, for us was like saying yeah, the houses cost $3 million for two-room flats. Really? Maybe 1.5 million. Really? 1.5 million for two-room flat? Is it like super atas place? No. It's like a normal residency. And then when in a helicopter ride, yes, we did go for helicopter rides. $150, which if you think about it, it's a half day work for a McDonald's work employee. Anyways, heck, even if you work one full day, you are able to afford the helicopter ride with extra money. So anyways, the helicopter um pilot was saying that, yeah, these houses that you see, yeah, $30 million. Really? Wow. And it's like, yeah, 30 million, 30 million, 30 million, 30 million. Wow, oh my gosh, that's expensive. Sydney has slowly and steadily become a place in which only the rich people can go. I'm a tourist, so I go there visit. I think it's expensive. But that's coming from my point of view as a poor individual that doesn't have a proper job. I'm honestly speaking, the thing that shot me in the balls was the P was just unbelievable. The P was just P as in A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P, that kind of P. Was just unbelievable. When I go to the B and just walk around. Oh, fun fact, the police there was like, "Hi, what are you doing?" I was working at night, at like 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Um, I'm just walking around tourist, and then I look like a tourist. Like I actually wear this shirt, and then I have what what one more, I think it's a jacket or something. And I just look like a local. I just look at tourists, like general tourists. So the police just Okay, cool. You go. Wow. I didn't know that their torchlight, their cars, right? Their cars, okay, so the police car drove past, reverse, and then they were still in the car. They flash a light. So bright. Yeah, so I didn't know their lights can shine both ways, so that's that. Um, maybe it was a taxi, maybe it was a police, I don't know. Someone asked me a question, where are you going? I say I'm a tourist. I said, oh, okay, and then they drive off. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's a tourist, maybe it's a taxi, maybe it's a police car, I don't know. But gosh, it is, I don't know, back to the point in which it's like 30 minutes for like $240, I guess. That is Australian dollars. That's still a lot of money. That's still a lot of money. Oh gosh, so find a proper job, find a proper job, and I'm still gonna continue on YouTube. I'm gonna have 2 more Twitch live streams. One Twitch live stream is gonna be me saying finish happy birthday Humdrum Singaporeans. The other one is gonna be me trying to do 2026 push-ups in one single live stream. I'm probably not going to be able to continue doing it, so here's my alternative. I'm going to start doing push-ups, and I'm going to record myself doing push-ups daily. Alright, I got like what, 30 days, 20 plus days. So if every single day I do like 100 push-ups, I should be able to make it. Yeah, cool, fantastic, awesome, cool. So that's it, and I hope to see you in my next video. It was a fun family trip. It was entertaining because we got baby involved. Granted, the annoying part is also baby. Okay, the annoying part is not the baby. The annoying part is our parents, especially my father, because my father. Okay, look, my parents, my father and mother, grew up in Kampong, and for the past I think 30 plus years, 30 plus years they have been in Singapore, but their roots are still very traditional Kampong vibe. Okay, so like ever since the airplanes to Australia, their behavior is just gosh. Seeing how they behave, my own parents, very rudely, very disrespectful. I'm like, 家教. That means they lack. 家教 means family teaching. I'm scolding my own parents 家教, given that I'm their child. So by right, it should be the parents teaching the proper values, proper respect to the kids. But I'm scolding my parents for not having proper values, proper respect for other people. You know, proper manners, proper gestures, and yeah. I'm glad things didn't escalate. I'm all in all, it's good. My father is just okay. So my father have a tendency of the old generation is in which like you don't dare, yeah, you win, you lose, you good, you bad, all these things. No, you don't dare or you dare is not. It's just you are avoiding the main topic of is it correct thing to do? Is it a right thing to do? Is it a wrong thing to do in the first place? I dare or I don't dare. You can say that I dare to commit a crime. I dare to make everybody suffer. I dare to. That's not the right thing to do. There's social obligations, and that's the unfortunate thing about the older generations. They do not have that teaching, and it's very hard for the older generations to have this kind of education. And granted, he's still improving. Don't get me wrong, he's improving a lot. But when push comes to shove, that internal how say habit just out. My mother is more my mommy is more how say more cultured, to be honest. But when the baby start crying, her hormones kicks in and her maternal instinct kicks in, and she'll revert back to the kampong auntie. You know, the kampong auntie that don't care about anything else and just care for the baby and just yell and just. I constantly have to tell my mother and father, don't yell, don't raise your voice. It's like, I better go yell, my father. And then my mother's like, I better go yell. Papa, you are yelling right now. Alright? Mommy, when the baby cry, you also lose. You also lose your logic. When the baby cries, when the baby cries, just does anything, my mother become illogical, unreasonable, irrational. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to face that with my wife in the future. So that's the thing I have to warn about my wife. My brother-in-law is, gosh, he have a patience of a saint. My brother-in-law, he have a patience, he have the hard work, he have the dedication of a saint. Gosh, everybody likes him. My sister, when push comes to shove, her manipulative gaslighting side of her, granted it had been improving since her marriage. She had been improving at 1%, 2% to non-toxic. That means her toxic side is still there, but it's at 1%, 2% better every single year since her marriage, which is years ago. So she's improving a lot. But granted, internally, her manipulative, gaslighting, toxic personality that tends to guilt trip other individuals is still there. Okay, I've used such big words in order to protect myself. I really have to. Alright. Why COVID? Okay. I also NS that Wang Qidan Alvin, that fucking Indian guy. Um, anyways, what was I saying? My own brother, he is how to say, nonchalant, lack of sense of urgency. Just talking to him, feel like talking to air. You know, it's not a war. It's just non-existence. You know, I can have a straight up 2 hours conversation with him, and he can literally just no earpiece, nothing, just do his own stuff, read his own book or do his own work while having this conversation with me for 2 hours, and he will just reply with, "Oh, that's my brother." And that's not just with me though. With every single individual that I know of, that he interacted with, his boss, his colleagues, my parents, his siblings, cousins, and so on. My brother, not so much. Doesn't really talk much. It's both a good thing and a bad thing, you know. So, yeah, he doesn't really place emphasis on a lot of things in life. Which is kind of a double-edged sword if you think about it. Double-edged sword. There are pros and cons in it, you know. Drama, he's not really interested in that. When urgency comes to play, I've been stabbed, I'm bleeding, call the hospital right now. Oh, I'm dying, please help! I'm dying, I'm bleeding out, my arms are broken, my legs are broken. My brother will be like, oh, just lack of care, you know. Yeah. And for me, I will also recognize my own problem. I will narrate, and I will state out the facts. I will narrate and state out all the fact of the flaws in my own parents and in my own family members. I'll say the truth, which, you know, speak truth to power can make the older generations a bit uncomfortable because, you know, I'm the youngest in the family. I'm the second youngest in the family. That's still baby. But yeah, if you're uncomfortable when the youngest in the family tells you, your son tell your father, father, you have no manners. Mommy, be more rational. Baba, who teach you respect? So and so forth. You get the point, don't you? It makes them feel uncomfortable. I mean, that's one of the reasons why my son Chindo master short of vulgarities and several different vulgarities kick me out. Okay, it's not kick me out, just force me to leave. Sanchino master, yeah. I tried to save a martial art and I failed. Don't get me wrong, I did give tons and tons and tons of loaded questions to my Sanchino master. Don't get me wrong. But in my defense, I gave him the heads up 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. If I give you, 1 year to prepare, I'm going to give you 100 questions. These are the 100 questions right now. These are the 200 questions right now. Prepare right now. These are loaded questions, right? Attractive questions. But it's going to be answered in 2 years' time, in 1 year's time. You jolly well do the preparations. You know the exam is coming up. I become a black belt. I ask questions. It makes him feel uncomfortable, and he's like, "You're comparing apples to oranges, apples to oranges." No, I'm not. I'm not comparing apples to oranges. I'm comparing your teaching style as a martial artist to other masters' teaching style as martial artists. You know, I've been in martial art for 6 years. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. I tried to save a martial art and I failed. I'm a black belt though, so just something. Gosh. Anyways, in Sydney, Australia, we've been to zoos and bird parks and more zoos. Helicopter ride, that's awesome. Camel, deserts, awesome. Sand dunes, skating, surfing thingy. Sand surfing, it's awesome by the way. A lot of memorable trips. Buddhist stop in Taiwan and in Australia. Awkwardly enough. Gosh. The one in Taiwan, that one is just a brush, brush of things. That's one of the reasons why I believe it's so important, so important. If you are going, let's say if I'm me and my wife, and my wife and my child, right, 3 individuals or even 4 individuals, it's alright for us to drive a car. But if there's like many more individuals, more than 3 individuals in a car, more than 4 individuals in a car, you tend to want to have a bigger car, correct? And when bigger cars come into play, you are not familiar with it. I don't even have a license, so I can't really speak up much about it. But you get the point, don't you? And also not only that, I'm not familiar with their local laws and traffic rules and regulations, so that's another huge thing. So you can hire someone to drive for you, follow you for one full day. The thing is, in Australia, it's $600 to $800 Australian dollars. If you go for, let's say, 1 week, $700 times 7 is, on a very practical scale, you pay someone to drive you around for 7 days using 1 month of your salary. Gosh, yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Also, you have to, every single thing you have to have extra, like extra motel room, extra food, extra all these things. If you are going for a cheap alternative, awesome. If you're going to a five star atas locations, hotels, gosh, it's gonna be an additional expenses. Yeah, because you can't have your driver sit in the car, can you? Correct? It's just inappropriate. Prepare the motel for the individual, and yeah, just expensive. Um, as to our relative, that topic is a bit sensitive for my father, not for me though. I do have much of a close relationship with them, so I can just speak freely about it. My father, knowing his personality, he have a tendency to make things worse. My father, he okay, how to say, my father doesn't really know how to speak well with other individuals. Yeah, and as a kid since 20 plus years ago, I'm seeing him always angry coming back from home, and the only individuals that is able to make him happy is my mom. It's like, hey, smile, joke, here and there. And as I grew up, now I know why his colleagues just hate him, his co-workers hate him, his boss. Some bosses love him, some bosses hate him. Why? It's because he's a hardworking individual. Don't get me wrong, he's super hardworking. He's just super hardworking. Even on his off days, even when he's not obligated to work, it's not his responsibility, not his duty or to work, he will still work for the general good of other individuals. But the way that he speak, the way he vocalize, the way he speak things out makes people feel uncomfortable. He casually insult individual, casually disrespect other individuals. It's part of the part and parcel of kampong language, And then it's like, Papa, when was the last time that you thank someone or you apologize to someone? Yes, but the way that he apologized or the way that he thank you make you feel uncomfortable as well. It's like, thank you, I said thank you, I said thank you, remember, I said thank you, remember, thank you, okay? Instead of saying the words, thank you, he'll guilt trip you to understanding that, hey, I said thank you, why are you still bringing this topic up? That's the point, my father. Similar to sorry, okay? Sorry, I said sorry, hey, sorry. Instead of being apologetic, genuine, sincere, apologetic, I'm sorry. I mean, that's a way of how, from what I see, not just my father, but my entire uh, father side of the family. Yeah. Granted, my uncles or father side of our family, not so bad, not so bad. And also my cousins, from my experience, I mean, younger generation have access to internet, better attitude, significantly. That's it. Okay, fun fact. This one, lip I think on the third day or fourth day, of the trip, I started to have this, dry skin on my lip, I kid you not, my pee is either transparent or super yellow. It's not in between, you know. That means to say either I'm drinking too much water or I'm drinking not enough water. Yeah. Or the water that passed through me is not being digested properly in the stomach. It's like impossible. I do eat from time to time, you know, lunch I eat burger, dinner I eat pizza, so on and so forth. I eat noodles, I eat fruits here and there, just normal one-person meal instead of two-person, three-person meal that I usually do. But still, you know, why? That's strange. I think it's because of the weather there. It is hot and dry. Singapore is hot and humid. That's the thing. So yeah. Uh, in Australia, it's fun. It's awesome. Last day, literally hours before our trip, we went to Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach, I guess. Bondi Beach. Windy, cold. A lot of people go there to surf. So Australia is a very western, from what I see, it's a very western country, and even advertisements, I see a lot of Angmo, like gold hair Angmo, golden hair Angmo, you know, like blonde hair Angmo. Yeah, I do see Asians in advertisements, but not so often. I go there watch. Fun fact: I go there watch Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King. 4 hours, gosh, 4 hours. But I still go watch it. 7:30 to 11:30. I still remember. Um, the thing is, in between there's advertisement confirm. Okay, it's television show. I seen a lot of like television show on the television. It's like, have you watch your sugar intake, check for diabetes, fatigue driving. That's a huge thing. Fatigue driving is actually a huge thing. Pills to make you lose weight, or like the side effect of after losing weight. I noticed that there's an emphasis on the television to prioritize. Hey, you watching there, lose weight. You watching there, keep fit. Awesome. And then I look around the individuals in Australia. There are three types in terms of locals. There are two types of individuals. Okay, three types if you include tourists like us. There are two types. Either you are sporty, or you are not sporty. Correct? If you're sporty, you tend to be like very skinny, very tan, very skinny and very just good figure. Okay, BMI level on the healthy side. On the other hand, if you're not athletical, which I see is like 40% of the people locals there, you are fat. You are not overweight. You are obese. You are not overweight. You are obese. Alright. So if you're athletical, your BMI level from what I see is like healthy or normal. If you're not athletical, you are obese. Okay, minimum is like high overweight. And then it's like, gosh, that explains a lot. Because don't get me wrong, Australian individuals, they live a very comfortable life, very good life, very nice life. It makes you feel very comfortable. And humans, when we are comfortable, why should we work out? Why should we exercise? Right? And it's a very car-centric environment in Australia. So you have to sit on your butt a lot of times. You have to sit on your butt. You have to actively be proactive to exercise. It's not a very reactive lifestyle to exercise in Australia, for many, from what I see. Because in Singapore, there's like, hey, there's a community here and there, there's like events here and there. Just suka happy, you can just pass by some group of aunties or uncles doing Tai Chi, just subtly implying to your mind that move your body. Exercise in Singapore. But I do not see that in Australia. Yeah, so that's another thing. Also, things are very expensive in Australia. I'm talking about fruits, vegetables, and so forth. The thing that's cheap, I noticed, I mentioned this prior, beef and milk. Anything that is cow related is very cheap in comparison to the rest of things. I had beef udon. I have beef udon. It's $9.90 a bowl. It's a huge bowl. And that's the cheapest item there. There's $10.90, which is chicken is more expensive than beef. Beef is $9.90, $10.90 for chicken udon. So wow. Because in most other places, chicken is cheaper, beef more expensive. In Australia, beef is cheaper, chicken is more expensive. Wow. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I see. 试过。temperature dry, temperature very dry. I mentioned the P, I also mentioned the B. 240, 240 bucks, 230 bucks. If you are away from the city, that means you're a bit outskirts and there is, you just happen to pass by a B. It is cheaper, it's like slightly cheaper. The cheapest I found was like 100 bucks for 20 minutes, around there. Yeah, 100 bucks for the 20 minutes. Um, look, I just go there, see, look. People are just very uncomfortable with me looking just and not putting up money, in which I really do not have money. I got my phone and nothing else. Okay, I got shirt, everything, shirt, pants, everything, but I just got my phone, socks, shoes, and nothing else. No wallet, no money. So, hello, sorry. Uh, what else? What else? Uh, yeah. Uh, I'm so glad that I developed the habit of wearing two pants. So one short pants and one long pants when I go out, especially if I go out for big events and like for example martial arts. Because I've been through a situation in Sanchindo in which my pants tore a few years back, and the place in which is from my place to the place of training is more than 1 hour away. Okay, yes, I actually did go that far to try to save for martial art. Normally, people in Singapore learn martial art within the 15 minutes duration of that place, or even 30 minutes of the duration of the place. I have to travel more than 1 hour to go to that place every single time, and come back is another 1 hour plus. So I tried to save for martial art, I failed. 他们不领情，so 不是他们不领情，是师傅 he himself, you know, um, yeah, that's that. What else? What was I trying to say just now? I forgot. I'm so tired right now. Right now it's 12:24 a.m. 9th of December 2025. Ah, gosh. What was I going to say? Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was a good trip. And yeah, I would do it again. Probably as a business trip. I wouldn't want to go there on a solo trip. I honestly want to do that because it's just way too expensive. On a solo trip, I can go to Japan, I can go to South Korea, Japan karate, South Korea for taekwondo, understandable. Okay, and also to reinforce that, I've been to it before back in my 100 Okay, so it just reinforce the fact that reinforce one more reasons for me to go to Korea and Japan, but not in Australia. I have family members there. Yeah, we literally share the same grandparents, but you know, just not so close. That's number one, and number two, that they just so expensive. It's just so expensive. Ah, gosh. Yeah, I learned a lot of new things. It just broadened my scope a lot. In terms of money, just mostly about money. How we need money to survive. So I mentioned that I'm going to quit Twitch, 2 more live streams, and there's going to end. YouTube, I'm going to pivot to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm going to create my own Twitter account. You know, Twitter is just a platform. It's a better front there. Don't get me wrong. It's understandable that Twitter is a better front there. But you know, it's a platform. It's a social media platform. Yeah. Patreon, focus on that as well. Make it proper. Focus more on shorts form content. Focus more on short form content than long form content. Yeah. For every one short form content, I should make like 5 different long form content. Oh sorry. For every one long form content, I should make 5 different short form content. And if I also upload one short form content every 3 days, on a very practical basis, is one long form content for 2 weeks. It's like what, 25 videos per year, 25 long form videos per year, I guess. Yeah, so stick to it. Look forward to it. Long form content is something similar to you watching this right now. You probably are not going to watch this, but I'm still going to do this anyway. Yeah. You know, you know what's the first thing that I do when I get back home and just wash up after everything. The first thing that I do after washing up, after put on all the barang, handle all the barang, the first thing I do is go computer and let's go Lazada, go Amazon, go Shopee, go online shopping, and just list out every single thing that I need to purchase. And, time to switch up my personality online, and I'm thinking of bandana. I was thinking of a cat, but cat and bandana is more unique. Okay, and then the outfit that I wear works very well. On a windy day, on a cold day, I took it out and for the baby to wrap around. It's cool. Keep the warmth for the baby. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna purchase a new phone. Technically speaking, it's not a new phone. It's a phone that came out years ago. But I need a phone that can record 4K footage. 4K footage and selfie doesn't wiggle too much. I'm looking at Samsung. I'm looking at second-hand phones. I'm looking at $250 plus minus. Yeah, that's around the ballpark of what I'm gonna purchase. I'm also gonna purchase a mirror, to link over here. So when I'm doing push-ups on the spot or sit-ups or squats, I can look at myself. I recognize that when I was in hotel in Australia, right, and I tried doing push-ups, sit-ups, it's very motivating to see myself doing this session. And I said, oh my gosh, gyms have those mirrors for a reason. Most gyms have mirrors for a reason because it motivates you. Your reflection is motivating you. So that's thing. Fun fact, I lost my faux pie, my Buddhist necklace amulet there at one of the motels, I guess, motels. So, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Purchased a couple of souvenirs here and there. I did not know what to buy, and I just look at it. Oh, party pack, awesome, fantastic. Purchase that. Made in Australia, fantastic, even more. Honey, 100% Australian honey, fantastic. Not that honey, but actual, you can drink honey, that kind of thing. 水果. Yeah, it makes me realize the importance of money. I've been living in a bubble. I genuinely have been living in a bubble. I try watching Twitch and YouTube, right? When I go to YouTube, I normally have one ad or even two ads, advertisements, before the video starts. And it's like skippable ads, like 5-second ads, so on and so forth. When in Australia, I have 3 different ads. At least 2 of them is 30 seconds. And it just linked to me, oh my gosh. That means there's more ad revenue from Australia than Singapore. It just never clicks to me. It just never clicks to me that Australian YouTubers is earning more money than Singapore YouTubers by default of the ad revenue. Not just that, on Twitch as well. On Twitch, I normally see one ad, then back to the live stream. On the phone, when I was in Australia, I was watching Twitch. I mentioned 3 ads before watching on Twitch, and on Twitch you can't skip the ads, so you have to watch through 3 ads. Gosh, that's a lot of ad revenue. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that's a lot of money involved. Yeah. Living in Australia is comfortable if you have the money. If you already have land, if you already have the money. Alright. If you're starting anew there, it can get difficult if you want to settle down. If you're new and you want to settle in Australia, it can get difficult. That's one of the things that the younger generation have been complaining about for the past God knows how many weeks, months, years, I guess. Yeah. What else? Camels awesome. Donkeys, dingoes, what is it? The kangaroos, plenty of kangaroos, photos a lot. Alligators. Oh, the wildlife is awesome. Went to Blue Mountain. That place is brilliant. That place, natural fresh air, awesome. Yeah. I'm just going through my memory of all the things. In Australia, okay, look, it's a very car-centric environment, but in cities, in the city that you go to, let's say Sydney, public transportation is still a thing. So if ah if ah if ah if you are very frugal, you're very disciplined and very responsible individual, you go there to work for 5 years and then you come back to your home country, you good, you're settled for life. You're just settled. Okay. Granted, I'm talking about a strict, disciplined individual that is very rare to see. Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, transportation is cheap. Transportation is cheap. Okay. If you are using public transportation, if you want to own your own car, the driving, the gas, the accidents, the insurance, so on and so forth, they have tight traffic police there. They have strict. Don't get me wrong, it's good. They have strict traffic police there. If you are new there, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, let's put it that way. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah. So, but that's the thing. Let's say if you go there as and work as a McDonald fleet employee. Okay, from what I heard, it's $25 per hour. And let's say if you work for 1 year, 1 year later as flipping McDonald's employee, you become a leader. $30 per hour, I think. And then let's say if you work every single Monday to Friday, and then it'll be there'll be 4 Mondays to Fridays, right? So 4 times 20. 20 times 30 hours, $30 per hour. Heck, you know what? 21. You know, because you might have to work on one Saturday, maybe. Okay. You'll be earning a lot of money. You will be earning a lot of money, and the money is, even though it's a bit lower than in Singapore, you have Australians coming to Singapore have more spending power than Singapore going to Australia to spend money. You know, that's what from what I see. Yeah, that's what from what I see. Yeah. On a very practical basis, Singapore to Australian, to me, in my mind, is still 1 to 1. On a very practical basis, I know for a fact that Singapore is like $1 and something to 1, but on a very practical basis, it's like 1 to 1. Okay, for a lot of things. You can easily get $3.50 chicken rice or even $4 chicken rice. Meanwhile, in Australia, it's $20 chicken rice. But the $20 chicken rice is for 2 people lah. So yeah, um, yeah. The kebab there was awesome. The pizza there was awesome. The pizza there is like $36, but you can you can have it for 3 individuals or 2 individuals. So that's something. The kebab there, one kebab was like $26 or $24. One kebab there, yeah. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of food in one single kebab. So, gosh, that's a lot of food. Yeah. What else to add on? If I'm going there again, probably on a business trip, or I'm invited by a sponsor or a brand or company, I don't think I'll be going there on a personal solo backpacking trip. I probably wouldn't be doing that. Or family trip. If you are going to, invite them to my wedding or going to their wedding, so on and so forth, try to rekindle the family bonding. Yeah. From what I see, I mentioned this prior and I'm going to say it again. From what I heard from the locals, and from what I see, Australia, Sydney in particular, is slowly and steadily, over the past 30-40 years, don't get me wrong, it's way before I was born, have slowly and steadily become a place where only the rich are able to stay there. If you're not rich, you are unable to stay there. Yeah. Yeah. It slowly and steadily become this situation. Yeah, slowly and steadily lah. Yeah. That's from what I see. On the helicopter ride, it's more obvious on the helicopter ride, which is $150 per person. Okay, $150 per person. You can see tons of land and tons of suburbs, landed property, and then in city areas it's just isolated. Everywhere is like 1 story, 2 story, 3 story, which is landed property, and then there's like boom, high-rise building, boom, high-rise building, boom, high-rise buildings, high-rise buildings, high-rise buildings, high-rise buildings, and that's like, wow. Majority of it is just landed homes, and landed homes, as per what the helicopter pilot mentioned, $30 million. Which ordinary individual is able to afford that? Multi-millions. We're talking about it. Even if you use that as SGD or in USD or in Australian money or Euro, it's still millions, it's still multi-millions. No regular individual is able to afford that. Yeah, so and not to mention you also have to add in car, you know, that's another thing. Slowly and steadily, Australia is slowly becoming a place where expensive, you know, slowly and steadily. Um, unless if you are very frugal, humble, responsible, strict, responsible individual, go there, work for 5 years, 10 years, bring the money back home. You can start a family, you can start a home, you can help your family with a lot just by going to each single individual go there for 5 years, 10 years on a very strict schedule, strict planning management. Yeah, that's kind of it. I guess that's kind of it. Um, in a few days' time, I'll be celebrating my 28th to 29th birthday, so that's one thing. I'm learning. Look, I'm trying. At my age already, I wanted to 成家，30后成家. You know, after 30 years old, I start a family. That's what the fortune teller told me. Alright, that's what fortune teller told me when I was 15 or 16 years old. I try to do that, but I recognize that that might not be possible. That might really not be possible. You know, the girls. What sort of girls do I look forward to? A girl that, okay, so I was rejected, and then I was mentioned. I was told, I have a traditional mindset without the means of a traditional man. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It genuinely sucks. Historically speaking, not from what I know, historically speaking, there's not a single rich man that is single that wants a partner, that cannot find a partner. You know, there's not a single man. It doesn't work the same for females, but for men, as long as you're rich, even if the individual is younger, double digits younger than you, I'm talking about 10 years, 11 years, to 12 years, or even 20 years, it's still possible in our society. Yeah. But let's not resort to that, shall we? I still want a family, I still want a proper home. Okay. 成家立业, 6 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. You get the point. I have a slight preference as I age older and I see my family, friends, people around me. I have a slight preference. Don't get me wrong, it's just a slight preference, okay? I will still love all the girls as long as they meet the 4 criteria I have: alive, female, human, and a loving mother, a sincere mother, a caring mother, a nurturing mother to our offsprings. An understanding mother, a good mother, a kind mother, an understanding mother, a thoughtful mother, a mindful mother, a caring mother, a concerning mother, a sincere mother, a sympathetic mother to our offsprings. Okay? Note that offsprings is six kids, huh? These are my absolute requirement. Though there is a slight preference, just a slight preference, that tip the scale a little bit, just tiny a little bit, of me liking girls that's not from city area, that is not born and raised in city, or even if they are born in the city and raised outskirts or something, or countryside, or somewhere else, as long as they are not city area. Okay? I know I just described every single girl in Singapore, but here's the thing, okay? I recognize that my friends, my co-workers, my friends, my family members, that's a huge impact. The girls there are very competitive, very selective, and very opinionated. Contentment and satisfaction is a skill that they can improve on. Don't get me wrong, okay? Life is all about compromises. And in this day and age in which phones are always there, there's always comparisons. It's one thing to see rich people or see girls with happy lifestyle with their husband doing this, that. There's a difference between seeing girls sharing, oh my gosh, my husband did this for me, oh my gosh, such a loving father, such a loving boyfriend, versus in real life in which you are actually interacting with those couples in real life. In Singapore, you are able to interact with those couples in real life, you know, those rich couples. Oh my god, my husband bought me a new Birkin bag, you know, bought me a new Gucci. It's like, per month? Wow. Um, yeah. Um, Whereas countryside individuals, girls that are from countryside or girls that are from not born in city area, they tend to have more, from what I see, more traditional views, more traditional mindset, which I kind of like. You know, um, they recognize the importance of family values, proper family values, and they recognize the importance of having kids. In Singapore, females, my own friends, they're like, having kids, I can wait, cannot, 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 also can lah, whatever lah. That's for the females. If my male friends are saying that, I'm like, sure, bro, whatever. If you're 50 years old and you want to be a father, go for it. But it doesn't work if you're a mother. It doesn't work if you're a female. Even if you're 40 years old or even 30 plus years old and you still want to be a mother, tough luck. It's really tough luck. You can try, you might still have a chance, but it's tough luck. You know, um, yeah. They're more selective and they're more opinionated in Singapore. In city born girls, they are in city areas more opinionated, more selective, and less satisfied and less contentment in things. You know, because there's always comparisons from time to time here and there. And don't get me wrong, girls, no matter what, will always use manipulative gaslighting language. That's the saying in Chinese. 最毒妇人心. Heck, even girls dislike girls. This is a scientific fact, by the way. You know, this is a scientific fact. Wives in good relationships trust their husbands around girls, but they don't trust the girls around their husband. You know, that means if I'm a wife, statistically speaking, I'll trust my husband with girls, but I will not trust the girls that is with my husband. You get the point? That's good colleagues, co-workers, or students, and so forth. You get the point, okay? Two difference. Even girls dislike girls. Even girls don't trust girls. That's just a scientific fact, okay? In city area born girls, right? Because of the constant comparisons, especially when they are young, the constant exposure to so many things in life, um, they hold a certain high value, from what I see, to their own self-ego, self-value. And don't get me wrong, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. To hold yourself to a higher standard. Don't get me wrong. But their standards is not as flexible as one might think. Okay? If I'm a 5, I'm willing to look at girls that is a 1 or 2 or 3. I'm willing to look at girls that is 7, 8 or 9, or even 10. But for girls, there is I say social value of 5. Will never look at me. Will never look at me. They will probably look at someone that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know. That's the point. That's the point I'm going crossing. Do you have a degree? Do you have a bachelor degree? Do you have a master's degree? Do you have a PhD degree? What's your highest qualifications? How much money do you earn? So on and so forth. Don't get me wrong, these are all important stuff. But the thing is, money can always be earned later. There will always be promotion, right? It's look at your character. Do you smoke? Do you have angkong? Do you drink alcohol a lot? Do you drive a car? Okay, these are important. Don't get me wrong, these are important, but those are not immediate yes or no. Okay, unfortunately in Singapore, because of the upbringing in most city areas, these are a lot of the yes or no factor. These are a lot of the immediate yes or no factor. Vice versa, if you go to countrysides, even if their husband or their wife smokes or drink alcohol a lot of times, they'll still love her no matter what. They'll still marry the individual no matter what. Even if the individual doesn't have a car or poor driving skills, you know, or even have a big job that doesn't earn much money, they'll still stay married. They'll still marry each other. They'll still be with each other. Countryside, rural areas, not city area. Okay, because they understand the meaning of 知足 content. 知足常乐. It's very difficult in Singapore to be contempt when you are constantly being compared, subtly, actively, or reactively by your surroundings, your neighbors, your siblings, your family members in a gathering, and you just subtly hear or you subtly see, you didn't actively see, but just coincidentally see, and there's the human urge to say that why couldn't that be me? I can do better. For guys in society, as we age older, recognize that sometimes life is unfair. Suck it up. It's just what it is for men. But for women, from what I see, from what my friends, from what I see in my friends, my family members, my neighbors, my colleagues, my co-workers, and so forth, they are unable to accept this fact. Because why? Why is that girl is able to do it and not me? I'm also a girl. Why is that girl is able to do it? You get the point, don't you? Yeah. And then the gaslighting, manipulative, toxic personality comes into play. That guilt trips you, that moral kidnapping, emotional kidnapping. It's like, gosh. For me it's easy. Give me a child, give me 6 child, and I'll love you no matter what. But in this day and age where girls do not want to get pregnant, gosh, seriously, it's gonna be an uphill battle, Okay, I'm going to be more after going to Australia. I noticed that people there, appearance wise, they are more open, female and male. I've seen males, there's no shoes, wearing underwear, like triangle and underwear, and topless, and just go to supermarket, purchase things and come out, or go to shopping mall, just eat food and just go out, just regular stuff. Someone walking around with nothing but a phone and underwear, just walking around, nobody stopping the individual. No one is beep in the individual. Similarly, girls wearing bikini. I'm talking about bikini, also mini bikini, triangle style. Triangle, if you know what I mean. In Australia, wow, they are very open to things. Wow. And I'm not talking about on beach. I'm talking about in the shopping mall. I'm talking about in a supermarket. I'm talking about in a restaurant, and they're wearing that. It's not one or two individuals, there's several individuals in several different places at different timing. Wow, they are very open. Wow. Um, that's that. And it just, I don't know, it just triggers me. Just ignites something in my mind. It's like, I've been single for so long. Can I try it? I've been trying to be wholesome and very friendly for so long. I do not like to use the vulgarities like fuck or bitch or asshole, idiot, you son of a bitch, okay, you nerd, you geek. Okay, I can say nerd and geek because I'm a nerd, I'm a geek. Okay, you idiot, you douchebag, you scoundrel, you scum. I do like to use these words. You asshole, you asshead. I don't notice I also use the word a-hole instead of asshole. A B C D E F G a-hole. Fuck, suck. Actually, suck can be used as a word that is not vulgar. You suck a straw. You know. Damn. Yeah, I use the word goodness instead of God or damn. I think I'm going to turn 29 years old soon. Let me be a bit more honest to myself. Wait, what am I saying? I'm very honest. Wait, let me reiterate. Let me be a bit honest to myself and try to be a bit naughty, to be a bit dirty. My honest, genuine self, my honest, genuine self is, in my heart, I still believe in these words. 人之初性本善. Humans at the beginning are always sincere, are always kind. But there's something called curiosity. Let me try this lifestyle out. try this lifestyle out of, fucking. Haven't done that. Haven't done that. Okay, anyways, fuck it. Fuck it, sorry. Um, last 2 streams on my Twitch before I end it. Let's keep it wholesome, friendly, to the best of my capabilities, and on YouTube. My YouTube, yeah, focus on like 5 shots, or 5 shots to 1 long form, five short form to 1 long form. Anyways, thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye. It started off from me saying this 94.5 AD, which is true, which is actually true. But this one occurs where after I go to the toilet. Before I go to the toilet, I was 95. Then I pee out and I become 94.5. Okay, finish. That's it.